In today's video, we're taking a look at how to build a window screen easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and noticed that spring is coming. So that means opening the window and letting some fresh air in is a must. But in the other hand, you don't want to let the creatures that rule the earth inside. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. A few blocks away in a safe place, but a back is a back. And the first thing that you want to do on today's DIY project is verify that you have a home. Second, that it has windows. Now that you verify the important stuff, what we want to do is measure the window opening. And you're going to notice where the window screen sits, there is a outer lip. You can choose to measure from the inside of the lip or from the outside of the lip. Or even the third technique, which is measuring one side from the inside of the lip and the other from the outside of the lip. After years of roaming the earth, what we notice is that the easiest way is to measure from outside of the lip to outside of the lip, and then just adding 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch additionally to your measurement. But remember, you are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. Whichever technique you choose is up to you. Just don't let your significant other know that you have kingdom, because you might lose them that same moment. AKA a pro tip. And when we measure the height, we get 29 7/8. So that means if we add 1/8, we have 30 inches. And when we measure the width, we have 27 7/8. And if we add 1/8, we have 28 inches. And remember, a pro tip, if you're adding fractions or decimals and you notice it's getting too complicated, you can always place that information on the interwebs or AI or on your web browser's search bar and get the answers. But always remember the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of measure twice, cut once. And now that we have the measurement for our window, we're ready to see the things that are needed for this build. And the first thing is the aluminum frame pieces. In this particular case, these are 48 inches. You can always buy them in different sizes according to your window. You can always buy this at your local hardware store, in kits, or in the interwebs. We'll leave links on the description for everything that we use on the video. If you notice on this particular kit, on the channels, we already have the spline, which is the rubber cord that's gonna hold your mesh in place. Also included in the kit, we have the window screen frame corners, which in this case you get 4. Then we have the side tension spring for the frame. And lastly, we have the pull tabs. And now comes the most important part of the whole build. The screen frame corner measures 1.5 inches. You always want to double check just in case your corner measures different, but usually 1.5 inches. So that means from our previous measurements, we're gonna deduct 1.5 inches. So from our height of 30 inches, we subtract 1.5 inches and we get the new total of 28.5 inches. And for our width of 28 inches, we subtract 1.5 inches and get 26.5 inches. And to make this a lot easier and get our fractional numbers, just like our tape measure, we just plug in the numbers in the interwebs, aka cheating. I mean, after a few long hours of subtracting, adding, and converting numbers to fractions, we're ready for the next things that we're going to need. And the first thing is a cutting tool. We like to use a hacksaw. You can also use a miter saw or any cutting device of your disposal to cut the frame to size. A tape measure, a utility knife, a spline roller, and these can come in metal or plastic form, some scissors, a spline hook removal tool, and lastly, a pressure mesh holding clip, which is optional, and these are good to have if you need a second hand, aka a Watson. And what those clips do is hold the mesh in place as you work in other areas of the frame, basically rendering Watson useless. I mean, Watson is a very important key in this process. process. And you can get these parts all in a kit. We'll leave links on the description. And lastly, and most importantly, is the mesh. If in your particular case the frame did not include spline, you can always buy the spline separately or in an all-in-one kit like before. And now we've gotten to the part of the video where we release some stress. We're going to cut our framing to size, and on the kit you're going to have 4 metal frames. So that means you're going to cut 2 to one size and the other 2 to another size. We take our measuring tape and using a permanent marker, we permanently tattoo the frame. And remember, when doing this step, safety is the #1 thing, because the last thing you want on a clear sunny day is to die. So a pro tip, placing something like a piece of wood under the frame for support for when you cut is the way to go. If you have a Watson that can hold the other side of the frame from wiggling, and yes, not your body, but you could, as you hack away your stresses, it will be a plus. Once we cut all 4 frames to size, now we're ready to place our screen frame corner to make a square or a rectangle. So just like last night, just like in childhood, we're going to use the insert build technique on each corner. So basically, screen corners are small inserts with 2 perpendicular legs that slide into the hollow ends of the aluminum frame pieces. As you push the frame onto both sides of the corner, it locks them together into a tight 90-degree angle, forming the screen frame. And you want to do this for 3/4 of the frame. You want to leave the last part, or the top, without assembling, so we can insert the side tension springs. And what side tension springs do is compress when you install the screen frame, then expand to hold it snug and secure inside the window frame on each of the 2 sides of the top window frame. And then once placed, you can finish building the frame just like before. A pro tip on this last one, it might be a little bit more snug, so it might require to call your inner Hulk or give it a few love taps. We know you got this, grasshopper. And now your window frame is built. We're ready to go on to the second step, and that is applying our mesh. If in your particular kit the splines are already inserted in the frame, we want to go ahead and remove that now. And to do that, we want to use our spline removal hook tool. We just hook the spline at the corner, we pick up and pull. When measuring our mesh for our screen, we always want to overlap it with a few inches. And what this is going to do is give you enough material to pull and keep the screen evenly, ensuring a smooth, wrinkle-free fit before trimming. And now we're ready to insert the spline on the frame channel. If you notice on the rollers, it has 2 sides. One of the side is concave or groove. This is going to help inserting the spline on the window frame channel, and the other side is convex or rounded. This is going to help you push in deeper the spline in the channel, securing your mesh in place, creating an environment where your mesh has nowhere to hide or run, because you will track it down to any confines of the world. Coming soon to a theater near you. A pro tip, you can always do a double pass or a triple pass just to make sure that it is seated correctly. If in your particular case your spline did not come with the frame and you're using a full set of spline, then you can choose to cut the corner, or what we like to do is just keep going on the corner to make one full spline for the whole frame. And then when we get to the end, we will cut to size. And before we get to the last side of the frame, we like to add the screen pull tabs. And what these tabs provide are a small grip so you can easily pull the screen out the window frame for removal or adjustment, avoiding any future headaches in the future, aka rips on the mesh with your beautiful strong fingers. If you already placed all your spline, you can always lift it up and install the tab. They basically sit on the same channel of the frame where the spline is going to go. So you want to place the tab first, then the mesh, and then lastly the spline. And just like before, we're going to use the same technique of rolling the spline in. In this particular part where the tab is located, you might have to go 2 or 3 times over it just to make sure that it is seated properly. If you notice that in any of the corners you have excess, you can always gently and slowly and carefully cut the excess off. And you can even use the same technique when doing a full roll of spline, either for each corner or for the end. And now comes the stress relieving part of the video, part 2. We're going to cut the excess of the mesh, and we want to cut the excess mesh just outside the spline, flush with the frame, so the screen stays secure and neat. We like to use this rounded off utility knife provided on the kit. Because of its roundness, it could glide right in the channel, right above the spline. And remember, it doesn't need to be perfect. This side is going to go inside of the window frame, not visible for the outside public. We know you got this, grasshopper. A pro tip, you always want to take your time, go slowly when cutting the excess, because the last thing you want is cut towards the inside of the mesh, rendering all your work useless, and then having the spouse, roommate, or family member on the household give you that look. But even if that happens, we know you got this. Just take out the roll again and let's do it again. We believe in you, grasshopper. In some cases, you might have to do an extra pass with the utility knife to cut the mesh completely. Also, in the corners, you might have little strings that you might have to cut individually so the mesh could release the death grip it has on the window screen frame. And now you've done it. You can say it's alive. You created a brand new window screen. Now, when inserting your brand new creation, we want to make sure that the top, where the side tension springs are located, we insert that first on the window screen channel of your window. We push in and compress the spring so we have enough space and clearance to insert the screen at the bottom of your window frame channel for the screen. You can always adjust side to side to have it centered. And now you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become a black belt on the window screen building of your block. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.